Really quickly about Mr. Soergel here. Capitol Hill, which this entire table might just go crazy if I say Capitol Hill. No, he's a Capitol Hill guy. 1954 football champion, basketball 55, baseball 56. And that day you could not be an All-Stater except for your senior year. He was selected All-State senior year. He was selected All-American his senior year. Just a phenomenal athlete, three-sport athlete that went to OSU and was the last three-sport athlete at OSU to start all three sports. Is that correct? And let's see, you went to the Elite Eight with basketball at OSU. You won the Cactus Bowl, is that right? Bluegrass Bowl, and they won the College World Series in baseball in '59. So this guy's just extremely successful. Very excited to hear what you have to say. Mr. Perry here was his arch rival in high school. He went to Douglas High School, which is a constant. Mr. Perry, a little bit about his season here in 1956, which was your junior year. Is that correct, sir? Okay, 3,000 total yards of offense. Think about that. 3,000 total yards of offense. That's incredible. 8-2-1. They won the 2A state championship. But this team that he was on, that we're going to talk about this collide, was 46-0 heading into this 1955 game. 46-0. Now, the reason that's kind of giving you a little is because you're an OU fan probably, and you know that 47-0 is the ultimate for OU football. That's how many games they won in a row. So I'm glad you didn't eclipse that, Mr. But no, it's Mr. Perry. Then he started Perry Publishing. He's done some great things. They're going to talk about that. So, anyways, I'm going to introduce my boss, the Vice President of Advancement, Mr. Steve Seaton, and he's going to
coaches that approved this game created the kind of atmosphere that brought about total segregation, integration in the city through athletics. And they were C.B. Spiegel, the Captain Hill, and Moses F. Miller Douglas. They were friends. And it was kind of, I don't say it was a secretive friendship, but it was a friendship that we as young kids saw them. They would visit one another. And at some point in time, and I don't know if you know this, they got together and decided that we would start scrimmaging one another. And that was a hell of a time. We never came to Capitol Hill to scrimmage. They always came to Douglas, Giant Stadium. In scrimmages, we'd just beat them. Just beat them. And I'll let Dick take over. We played, what was it? With 28 seconds to go, it was about 7-3.
We had one all the time. No, our preparation, when I was at Capitol Hill and most of the people back in our era, we played the best white teams that you could play. We could pretty well dominate the Oklahoma teams, but we'd go down into Texas and we played Port Arthur and we played Corpus Christi and we played Amarillo, and they would generally take it to us, and we knew something about getting beat up on. And so when we got ready to play the Douglas game, we were pretty well prepared that we were going to get our butts kicked. We knew it was going to be a hard rock'em sock'em game. And we had some good athletes. I think we ended up with 6 or 7 guys on that football team that went on and got major athletic scholarships. So we had some good athletes. But we remembered what would happen in those scrimmages. And we knew we were in for a real test. And quite honestly, I got to tell you, we had a lot of pride in the fact that we just didn't want to get beat. We did not want to let those guys beat us.
Okay, what were the records of the two teams leading up to the game?
First of all, we had a 46-game winning streak. We
Okay,
went all over the country. We went to Kansas, Houston, Jack Yates of Houston, Texas, was the #1 African-American team in the nation at that time. We beat them 67-0.
So for this season, you were whatever it up.
We were 0, yeah.
Okay. Jake, what was your record with them?
I don't remember what the record was. We'd been beaten a couple of times. I know we went to Port Arthur and played, and they beat the tar out of us. And we went to Amarillo and got beat by Amarillo. But we beat most of the Oklahoma schools.
So Baldy Meese and those guys, who were they choosing to pick to win the game? The guys in the Oklahoma. I know they were talking about it.
I think Douglas was the favorite.
Well, I think it was just, it was open. I think everybody, anticipation was just great. Well, let me give you an example of in my locker room. My coach would say, "Pioneer Miller, don't you let those white boys beat you." Now, this is your chance to prove that you're a real man now. Get after them. They're just like you are. Get after them. And so we had that spirit, but by golly, it was a knockdown. Well, I'll tell you what, in my backfield was Pretty Scott, Ronaldo Clayton. These are great guys. Wow. Great.
NFL players.
The NFL players. We had a tremendous team, and we just knew we were going to get them. And I'll let Dick tell you this heartbreaker.
It's fourth quarter, you got a minute or two left. It's 3-7. 7-3 Douglas in the last few minutes of the game, right?
28 seconds.
28 seconds.
28 seconds.
So you're leading
Just
this
wait
team.
until time is
And here comes Dick. Boy, Bobby Joe. Boy, they drove that ball and we couldn't stop them. We couldn't call timeout and try to slow them down. They kept driving it. The last few seconds, they boom and broke it off, and boy, the game was over. The blacks cried and the whites.
So what? Okay, Dick, you were there. You were on that winning play. You were the quarterback. Now, by the way, in case you haven't caught this, these were the two starting quarterbacks of the team. So, tell us about the play that won the game. I know you remember.
I scored from probably about the 1-inch line. It was my longest run of the year. I think I just had my eyes closed and dove into the end zone.
Did you call your own number, or the coach called it?
We still had some time. No, I called it. We still had some time left. And I was playing defense. And fortunately, nice Russell threw me a pass.
I hadn't heard that part, Russell.
But I'll tell you that, during those years, we called our own plays.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
We called our own plays, and another thing that's quite interesting, I had noticed, I did just share it with you. You played Port Arthur and all of those. You could tell our coaches, C.B. Spiegel and Moses Miller, were in tune with one another. We were doing the same thing they were doing, going out of state playing. So they were in communication. I thought that was quite interesting for black coach and white coach. Still yet that camaraderie, they respected and appreciated one another. That's and it continues on. Dick and I have always kept a good relationship going, and when I don't hear from him enough, I want to call see how he's doing. So.
Yeah, you notice how he's sidestepping the pick that he threw though last
I don't want to forget that.
Another thing that we haven't discussed at all, and it was his teammate, Prentice Gott. Some of you might remember Prentice. He was the first black at OU. Prentice didn't make All-State, as Russell said, because blacks couldn't make All-State. But fortunately, somebody didn't show up, wasn't going to be able to come and make the All-State team, and so they picked Prentice to be an alternate. And in that All-State game, he ran over everybody. Yes. He was awesome. He was
great player.
Terrific ball player. And again, I didn't know Prentice at all, but I'll never forget as my year went on and into the basketball season, this is something that still floors me. I got a telephone call, and I didn't know who it was. He said, "This is Prentice Goff," and I was shocked. I don't know that I'd ever really talked to a black person before. And he was so articulate and so nice, and he called, he said he just wanted to know where I was going to go to college. And I told him, well, I thought I was going to go to Oklahoma A&M. And he said, I sure wish you'd go to OU. I said, well, I'm sorry, I want to play basketball for Mr. Eidman. And but to have the courage to call somebody like that, I'm still in awe. I'm in awe of it. And Prentice later, he became one of the top officials in the Big 8 conference, and he got a PhD and was so smart. I'd see him about once a year. I'll never forget that experience as to how much in awe I was of somebody that had that kind of courage. That Prentice.
Great guy. Let me give you some history on that, on Prentice. He was on an offense scholarship at the University of Oklahoma, but Wilkinson did not offer him a scholarship. What occurred was that the Metaphor Association, it's a group of black physicians and dentists in Northeast Oklahoma City, got together since OU didn't offer him a scholarship. And they paid his way first semester to the University of Oklahoma for him to go out and try out. After that first season, before the season ended, OU offered him a scholarship. He was supposed to go on Oklahoma. Skip McCain from Ardmore, Oklahoma, was head coach at Maryland State, Eastern Shore. And Skip McCain and Pia Miller, my coach, high school coach here, they were classmates in high school, and they both went to Langston University. And McCain ended up coaching at Maryland State, and Maryland State would get all of our football players, and so they stopped. The Metaphor stopped that, broke that chain when they sent Prentice. That's some Oklahoma history.
Okay, guys, so we've got just a few minutes left, but I want both of you to take on just the thought. How did this game and meeting each other change your life?
Well, it absolutely changed my life. It was the first real relationship with black people. And, Capitol Hill was always known to be a rough, tough group, and usually after the football games, there'd be a few fights that would take place. After the Douglas game, there was nothing but peace. Nothing but peace.
That's right. I recall that.
It just broke a barrier, and it was a great experience.
Good. Well, for me, it's an everlasting, long-lasting journey. For me to, as a young man, to realize that I could compete, and that, and I go back to my first, I have a saying, I have a feeling, I have a statement in my heart, in my soul, that I said, faith supersedes fear. Think about it. Faith supersedes fear. Gave me encouragement, gave me an abundance of faith that in life you can succeed, and I don't mean just materially, I mean relationships, friendships. And if I've got one thing out of this, I have a friend in Big Soergel. Think about that.
Sports help do this, guys. The other thing that's impressive to me, guys, is your two coaches must have been great men.
Great man. I don't know.
We need more of that.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, we do.
Cole, I'll give it back to you. I don't know if we want to got a few minutes. We want to do a little Q&A.
Yeah, that'd be great.